Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Federico Talks Watches. Today, I'm answering your questions from my Instagram Q&A. Things such as, how do you actually buy the new Submariner at retail? Is the Tudor Pelagos the best dive watch for the money? And who has better finishing, Journe or Moser, amongst other things. Now, of course, before we get started, customary wristwatch check. Today I'm wearing my new Messina Lab Uniracer. Just came out. I know it's a little controversial. A lot of people don't love the homage aspect of it. Honestly, I think it's a great looking watch. I think Messina Lab did a great job of making it. The quality's there. I paid full price for it, didn't get a break or anything, but as a guy that doesn't generally love the build quality of vintage watches, and I'm not a very delicate person, I think this gives me the look and the feel without the worry. So just got this yesterday, really enjoying it. Also, guys, don't forget to check out delraywatch.com. A few new watches in stock. We got a new Rolex Submariner, brand new 41 millimeters. We have a Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso Shadow, very rare edition in the matte satin finish, and an IWC Top Gun in ceramic, amongst other things. All that and more at delraywatch.com, link in the description below. Anyway, guys, let's get right into the questions. All right, now these are your questions. If you guys saw the Instagram picture at Federico Talks Watches, the Q&A pic, I took the questions from there. It happens about once or twice a month. First question is from actually a friend of mine, Johan Veliz, and he said, "Hey Fed, hope you guys are doing well." Thanks, Johan. I'm doing great. What would you say? Would you say that for the money, the Tudor Pelagos is the best diver on the market today? Well, Joanne, I would say it's absolutely very, very close. I think it's titanium. It has that fantastic clasp system, helium escape valve, great lume, even though it tends to fall off of the bezel occasionally. So that is an issue, or at least a QC issue they have. And an in-house movement, all for I believe under $5,000. I think that's a fantastic deal. Is it better than an Omega Seamaster 300? I'm not so sure. Maybe. More exotic materials, less interesting movement, probably tougher, but not as well finished. I don't know. I would put those two at the very top. But yeah, I think the Tudor for the money is a great deal. Robert J. Hunley. What is your take on the Domino's Pizza, Rolex, Oyster Perpetual, and Air Kings? Do you ever see them as future collectibles or find it worthy to purchase them over the plain counterparts? Robert, I tell it how it is on Federico Talks Watches, so I hope I don't offend you. But actually, a lot of vintage watch dealers kind of make fun of them. They are like... They're kind of like limited production Rolexes made for these corporations, but they've got hideously ridiculous dials. The Winn-Dixie Rolex, the Chevy Rolex, the Domino's Rolex. No, I mean, in fact, they're so freaking ugly, and so few people want to wear them that even though they should be worth more, they're not. It's because who wants a Domino's logo on their wrist? Now, obviously, if you have one and you like it, you do you. But generally, they're kind of made fun of. And honestly, they're not even all that rare. And it's not like Domino's Pizza is this pop culture icon. I mean, it's not really going to bring up the value. If it was like a Boeing Rolex, maybe. The Chevy Rolex, that's kind of interesting. But Domino's Pizza... And I love Domino's Pizza, you guys can tell. No, honestly, no. They're the butt of many jokes, and I think they're going to remain that way. Jess841. If you could work any other job besides being a watch dealer, what would you do? Say you had the time, resources, and nothing holding you back to do so. Pretty easy. I'd be probably like a travel YouTuber. I like making videos. I'm too lazy to write. but I'd travel the world, take you guys with me, get into a little bit of trouble, eat weird stuff, make an ass out of myself trying to learn new languages. Kind of like Bald and Bankrupt. I don't know. I'm kind of obsessed with the guy. Great YouTube channel, by the way. Costa Dionis says, if I want a modern Submariner, but don't want to pay double in the gray market, don't want to be on a waiting list for a long time, and I definitely don't want to settle for a two-tone Datejust, what do? Well, you buy an Omega. Because unfortunately, unless you're willing to pay a lot more or be on a wait list, nothing you can do. I can tell this question was supposed to it's kind of ironic. It was meant to be ironic, but yeah, go to Omega, get another diver. Unfortunately, if the sub is the one you want, nothing you can do but do the first two things that you mentioned. Matt Parker, who was better finishing, Journe or Moser? Everybody knows I'm a huge Moser fan. I own a couple. And I'm a huge Journe fan. Both independents that make very high-end watches, but actually neither of them has finishing as their forte. Particularly Journe, I think, should have better finishing for the money. Patek has better finishing. Vacheron has better finishing. Lange has a million times better finishing. Journe is okay finishing, and Moser is actually even a little worse than Journe, but also significantly less expensive. Moser makes a lot of machine-finished movements. A few of them have hand finishing as well, but for the most part, nothing particularly special. Journe are, for the most part, hand-finished, but I wouldn't say meticulously. They don't have the anglage Lange does, nor the intricate patterns or anything like that. I'd say between Journe and Moser, who has the better finishing? Journe does. I mean, both are finished well, but neither are at the very top of the finishing game, shall we say. But Journe over Moser in finishing. Anyway, guys, that's it for today. Just a short little Q&A. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoy it. It really does help. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any more content. Guys, thank you so much, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.